Before we begin this video, I wanted to quickly say that my online shop will be opening back up after a year or so being closed, maybe even 2 years being closed, on the 20th of February this year. So I hope you can find some time to have a little browse. I'm shipping worldwide apart from the US because it's particularly tricky at the moment, as you might know. So yes, lots of new stuff, new stickers, new prints. I'll pop them up on the screen. Oh, hello. Are you okay? And Bunny is also in this video, so let's begin, shall we? It's Bailey Whispers, 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 Bailey Whispers. Hello, I am back. This won't be a mostly front-facing video today. I wanted to take you with me while I work on a really long drawing that I have been chipping away at for the past few days or so. I haven't worked on it in a few days, but I thought I'd come back to it and take you along with me. I have been trying to draw more landscape pieces, and I really wanted to draw some big plateau rock formations, much like the front cover of this. And there are pictures inside that have really good photo references. My cat is playing with her toy. So yes, I got this book from Blackwell's, a shop in Oxford at Blackwell's, and it was on sale. It was quite cheap considering, I think the original price, it's probably over £20 original price, but I got it for way less. And it has some really big, beautiful illustrations in it. And it also has very lovely reference pictures for me to base my big rocks on. Bunny, what are you doing? I was having a bit of an issue with the corner. I have a big, huge plateau rock in the corner, in the bottom right-hand corner, and it was just a lot of rock, nothing much going on, and I wanted to add something to it that just, I don't know, filled the gap, made the space a bit more visually interesting. And then I remembered that there is a little feature of this Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, Jurassic aged Intrada sandstone. I'll show you a picture of it. So the special feature is that there is like an arch, a big gap. It's called Grosvenor Arch, or Grosvenor's Grosvenor Arch. So like a naturally occurring rocky gap. So I thought I'll incorporate that into the piece. podcast on while I'm drawing, but sometimes it is just nice for me to switch my brain off and just let the drawing take me to another realm of existence. So I think we'll do that, and hopefully my cats will calm down, but they've been squabbling a little bit and they've been staring at each other from across the room. Bunny, my kitten, who is roughly 5 months old, has just had a nice big drink of cat milk, and Biscuit has had some treats, because when I put out milk he doesn't really get a look in, because Bunny really likes to drink it all up. She's ravenous. So enough of me talking. I may do a tiny little bit of voiceover here and there just to really vaguely try and explain the process, but sometimes when I watch myself drawing, like on a video, I look back at it and I think, what was I even thinking doing that? What was the process there? I don't even know. Hopefully you'll learn something. Doesn't matter if you don't. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a drawer. So, without further ado, let's remove the protective paper that I've put over this drawing because of the cats and get into it. So that's literally, see why have I coloured that in? That's so weird. Why would I do that? see, green gold is usually quite useful in this sort of instance. I've been using red violet, and I'm guessing I used it for this because when I started applying this caput mortem, it wasn't quite ready like this. There's more red. I've also got India red here, so I'll apply that and see how it goes. So let's go with red violet for a bit. That's more like it. Slides down, not just in the picture. Okay, Piggy. He's chatting. Not just in the picture, but in the rock formations. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing sort of millions of years of landslides. And sort of rockfall can do this and make the formation look the way it does. I think it's really pretty. And I really like the distinct layers of sandstone. There's almost a stripiness, but I think a lot of that has to do with the shadows that are being cast and the fact that the rock sort of goes like that, like divots, and where rain has fallen and carved the rock. I'd really like to see some formations like this one day. I think it would blow my mind. We have a visitor. Hello. Hello. Are you okay? Are you alright? Are you okay? What are you doing? What do you want to do? drawing footage, as the cats were just not settling down yesterday evening and I couldn't continue. So here goes a second try. I still don't know if I want to do the outlines in this India red or something a little bit darker. Maybe not Delft blue, but maybe an interthrone blue. Yeah, not quite sure yet. Let's try a little bit. Yesterday I was searching around for these three purpley shades. I couldn't find them because I'd put them in a pencil case that I took to an art market, but now I have them and they're exactly the shades I was looking for this kind of, maybe not a gradient, but the segments. I wanted purples. it's only just occurring to me that I kind of want more of a gap between this section of the rock to kind of bring it forward. I'm not entirely sure. Where's my rubber? My eraser? It's in here. Yes, it is. Don't really know how this is gonna work, but I'll kind of really briskly carve out a line. So now what I'm gonna do is try and carve this out a bit and see where it takes us. And then I want there to be a gap right here. I still want there to be some kind of shadow cast by the rocks in front. There's very changeable light today, so I do apologise about that, but I think I'm going to darken this video anyway, just so it's not bright white paper in your face. I've not got much charge left, so this isn't going to be a large segment of drawing footage. We will reconvene in a few minutes. And perhaps I will take you on the journey of this piece gradually, because to be honest, I'm in no rush to finish it. I'm just kind of enjoying playing a little. I don't really draw big landscapes often at all, and it's not as if I'm committing to making this into a print. I'm kind of just experimenting and seeing what I like about drawing these types of landscapes and then bringing that into the next piece and the next. So some kind of gap. Maybe a brown, and then we're probably going to lighten that up when I get my hands on an ivory or a pink white pencil. I kind of want to start making this over here a little bit more interesting. The sand a little bit more interesting. Could probably introduce some green gold. Because it's meant to be quite dry sand and dirt, but at the same time I don't want it to be cold colours, I want it to be warm colours. So I'm still trying to give the impression that it's dry, but not that it's cold, if that makes sense at all. So this is a Caran Luminance pencil. Obviously it's really hard to actually be able to see what it says because I've used it so much. It's 732 olive brown, 10%. So I'll sort of pick an area and show you what it does. They're quite thick. The pigment lays on very thick. So with this, you're still getting the colour that I've put down before coming through. But now I'm kind of making it's a bit samey towards the butter. Not too important. I think because I've not drawn them enough yet, I don't find drawing rocks hugely interesting. But when I've landed on rock formations that I really like, then it becomes a bit more interesting. But it is still not as interesting as this. But I want to put them in a landscape, and so you gotta draw the rocks. You gotta just draw the rocks by the bullet and do it. And then I'll start making subtle differences in the patterning, because these are more Diplodocid. These are Macronarian, Stegosaur. Again, they're quite far away, or at least they're meant to be slightly in the distance. Like they're not exactly the main focal point, but they're also not. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling stripes for them. I almost feel like a gradient. Go for a bit of, I guess this is Pompeian red. Yeah, like follow it down. But yeah, I'm sure you will have noticed there's a bit of progress since yesterday. Bunny kept walking over my sketchbook, so I just couldn't continue. She was very interested in my bracket that's holding the camera. So just could not continue. Kind of almost want, I don't know, they're kind of on the same plane-ish. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like it has to be thinner at the top. I feel like there's variation with rocks. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will close the video with my face. So this is where we're currently at with the piece. Oh yeah, it all fits in, that's good. So, try and zoom in a little bit. I'll probably just show you with my camera. But yeah, I think it's going pretty well. And as I said before, I'm not in a rush to finish it. But I hope you enjoyed what you did see. The parts that weren't interrupted by cats. Or maybe you enjoyed that too.